I'm the smartest man alive. That's what I've ascertained. Everyone else is here is surprised. He had a little twinkling and there's a little thing on his head, and everyone's like, "What? You don't you don't remember the old lady that we just talked to 10 minutes ago?" And he's like, "I don't know who that is." It's like he's like, "What? We were just with her. Is this some sort of joke? It's just not funny." It's like, dude, how have you I go back I reiterate, they all have stuff attached to their heads. We know that it's an important thing, and yet no one is noticing this. If you wanted to say, like, Wukla Matt didn't notice, fine. But she wasn't the only one that was surprised by this. Everyone was surprised by this. Like, it's just huge revelation, including making... I'm irritated, but they made my character surprised by this. This is not a surprising revelation by any means. 0%. No one should be surprised by this information. What? Your brain's weird? With a thing attached to your head? No way. Crazy. Okay, it gets better. I would like you all to read this line. Then, in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud. He has a fancy puck iPhone stuck to his head. That's what happened. This is like... I can't even. I don't even know if I want to... I have to proceed with this dialogue, but... okay, we're just gonna move on. Dude, I can't even. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and we were talking about it. He's talking about this, and he hasn't gotten this far in the story, but it just made me laugh. So, he goes, "Oh, well, I have to get back to work now," and then he just walks away, like they're all questioning him, and he just acts like this. And my friend was mentioning, he said, it's like in the episode of The Simpsons where they introduce the dog character to the Itchy and Scratchy show, Poochie, and he's like, "I have to go back to my home planet now," or whatever, and they just, like, lazily, like, drag him up off the top of the screen. That's what it reminded me. It was like, or like Metal Gear Awesome, "I'm gonna get into this hind now." Like, it just walks away abruptly. I can't. Dude, this is the most comedic shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm so glad I decided not to take this seriously. It's so good. It's so bad, but so good. I want you to look at this, and what do you see? If you're like me, you see a floating light bulb with an emoji inside. Because that's the state of the story in this game. This is, sort of, at least as of right now, this is Aaronville's mom, and his mom is the floating light bulb that does emojis. She claims that she's nearby. I'm gonna be honest, based on everything else I've seen where they have uploaded their brain to the cloud, I'm just gonna assume, and also if time's passed, I'm just assuming she's dead and just like a floating consciousness in the ether who controls this robot. But, I mean, I could be wrong, I don't know. But the fact that it keeps making emojis, like little faces, is so cringe. It's so bad. That it's just like, what can we do? Dude, what if we just force some emojis in here? And I'm like, that's a decision, that's a choice that you could make, I guess. And so here we are. Well, in a less comedic moment, but comedic in a sense, depending on how you look at it, we've all just come to the realization and the understanding that their little things in their heads just help them eat people's souls. They're just eating souls as a matter of just like normal things. Like normal people have Cheerios, these people have souls. So you died, eat a soul. Need to do something more, eat some more souls. Eat more souls to get stronger. Souls, friend. And the thing I think is funny is, Alizé is like, "Oh man, that's real bad. We shouldn't be okay with that." But the rest of them are kind of like, it's just they have a different culture. I'm like, alright, why is Alizé the only person that is on track here? What are you talking about? These people are eating souls like it's just Tuesday afternoon brunch, and Alizé is the only one that seems to have a real problem with it. Wukla Matt's just like, "I gotta stop Zoologia," and I'm like, alright, you're very one track, very myopic, fine. But the rest of them are kind of like, "Yeah, man, that's just, from what I can tell, from what they've said, it's just, hey, the different cultures, right? The whole, like, don't worry guys, all cultures are equal thing is not... It's in full force. It's in full force, at least right now. Maybe they haven't seen enough bad in the thing that they're like... Because, like, it's not like it's been sugar-coated. Like, well, maybe it's not really... No, it's souls. They've said they're souls. And they're acting like it's totally fine, totally normal, except for Alizé, who's like, this is all wrong. So, like, apparently Alizé now has to be the voice of reason. And in that whole thing is comical because it's just yeah. So I'll be real, like, I'm in Solution 9. It's a giant city. I'm assuming this is like the end hub of the game. I don't know. I really just have a small comment. This is so we went from like a fantasy world with little technological bits to a super high-end, like, I don't know, Blade Runner, Mass Effect, future city, whatever. I can't even. Like, I don't know who was like, you know what? What if everything was super far-flung futuristic? And I'm like, dude, I'm using a bow and, like, magic. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it was interesting when Garlemald kind of had their own technological advancements, right? Where you're like, oh yeah, it's Garlemald. They have, like, cars and stuff. And it's like, whoa, cars? Like, because cars are kind of like a rare thing, right? And then it's just like, they still have flying cars and skyscrapers. It's like, what? And it's just like, don't worry. It's, I don't know. So imagine if you were playing you were in Lord of the Rings, right? And then, like, in the middle of or I don't know, in the end of, like, Return of the King, or, like, in the middle of Two Towers or something, suddenly it's like, and then Aragorn ended up in Blade Runner. And you're like, what? Yeah, Blade Runner was secretly in this cave the whole time. And this cave was another world, and in that world was Blade Runner, and now he's in Blade Runner. And that's totally normal and totally cool, and there's nothing weird or, you know, cognitively dissonant about it or anything about it. It's just totally on brand, nothing weird or strange. I'm not gonna say anything, just look. That's it, I'm just like... Yeah. So, Zorlojak clearly has some sort of leverage over this lady, right? The one with the bad name. The thing that gets me about it is, the padding, dude, the padding. Why? We're going on a tour now. We're going on a tour. Why are we going on a tour? I don't want to go on a tour. I just want to get on with it. Like, why can't what we're doing have a direct impact? This is just another version of, we can't do it. We should figure out all we can first. I'm all for getting intel, but this is absurd levels of intel. We are learning things that will have literally no bearing on anything ever. I do not need this woman to show me anything in the city. I need to go, I need to figure out what I need to figure out, just basic information, like where Zorolja is. Again, I have fought, like, demons and false gods and giant creatures and space abominations and everything else. If it exists, I've fought it, okay? Just about everything. And they're like, and there's a dude who, like, he's a lizard guy who can come back to life at least once. I'm like, you know, I could kill him. That'd be fine. We could just go kill him right now. But no. Instead, we have to be in the Blade Runner city, running around, getting tours from Little Miss Muffet instead. It's like, whoever is like, you know what? I think we should pad this out. This has more padding than, like, a rescue shelter, man. I don't understand what to say. I just keep running out of words, and yet I have so many, and yet so few. And that's where we're at. Bro, they're taking me shopping. If I wanted to go shopping with 2 women, I would kill myself. And if I want to go shopping with 1 woman, I would go with my wife. This is just punishment now. This is lower than low, man. Like, if I wanted to go shopping, there are so many things I would rather do. I can't. My hair's gonna fall out. I'm gonna become a balding man. And I'm gonna die. I'm just like, my body is gonna give up the ghost and just die in frustration. I can't with this. Welcome to more unnecessary nitpicks. Here's my question. What reason does this space have to be this big? Why do I need to walk all the way there? There is nothing here. There is 0 things. It was the same way in Tulialal or whatever, and it's the same here. It's big, open, empty spaces. There's a bunch of nothing. This is like, hey, what can we put there? How about nothing? There's not, like, I think there's some couple people, like, standing over there, and that's about it. That's all that's here. There's nothing else. Okay, so I got through the giant open empty courtyard to what looks like a DMV. And inside, she's like, yeah, this guy just exchanged credits for souls. And Wicklamat's like, yeah, it actually sounds kind of disturbing. And then she just, like, started sulking immediately. But don't worry, we can't immediately discount it because it's actually, like, horrible and cringe. Because it's, still, I won't dismiss it out of hand. Practices like these don't arise from nothing. Dude, do they look like they're in horrible hardship? This isn't Terminator, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, well, we had to hide underground, and then we had to eat people because, you know, we didn't have any food. They live in, like, a giant metropolis of, like, infinite wealth. And they're like, yeah, but we just gotta eat souls sometimes. And then she goes, that's kind of cringe. Wicklamat even is like, yeah, I don't know about that. And she's just, like, sulking about it. Just, what was it? Okay, yep, sure. All cultures are equal, no problem. And the final joke for tonight is trying to play this entire joke expansion while constantly getting kicked out by DDoSs. It's the ultimate joke.